Question 1. Mr. Anderson, an insured under surplus lines policy in New Jersey, files a claim for damages to his property due to a recent storm. During the evaluation process, the claims adjuster determines that some damages existed prior to the storm and were not related. Which of the following actions should the adjuster take in this situation? A. Include all damages in the claim assessment since they occurred around the same time. B. Segregate the damages and include only those directly attributable to the storm. C. Deny the entire claim as there were pre-existing damages. D. Recommend Mr. Anderson to file separate claims for each type of damage. Correct answer. B. Segregate the damages and include only those directly attributable to the storm. Explanation. In surplus lines insurance claims evaluation, it's crucial to segregate damages and include only those directly caused by the covered peril, in this case the storm. This approach ensures that the assessment is accurate and complies with the policy provisions regarding covered perils and exclusions, including pre-existing damages could lead to inaccurate claim evaluations and potential disputes. According to New Jersey insurance regulations, claims adjusters must accurately determine the extent of covered damages to ensure fair claim settlements and compliance with policy terms. Question 2. Which of the following is a key consideration when negotiating a settlement agreement for a surplus lines insurance claim in New Jersey? A. Offering the insured an amount lower than the policy limit to encourage quick settlement. B. Not disclosing all relevant information about the claim to the insured during negotiations. C. Ensuring that the settlement amount is reasonable and based on the covered damages. D. Delaying the settlement process to assess additional evidence from the insured. Correct answer. C. Ensuring that the settlement amount is reasonable and based on the covered damages. Explanation. In New Jersey, as in most states, it's crucial to ensure that settlement agreements in surplus lines insurance claims are reasonable and based on the actual covered damages. Offering amounts lower than policy limits, option A, could be seen as acting in bad faith and may lead to legal repercussions. Option B is incorrect because full disclosure of relevant information during negotiations is required to reach a fair settlement. Option D could unnecessarily prolong the settlement process, which may not be in the best interest of all parties involved. Question 3. Which of the following scenarios presents a conflict of interest in surplus lines claims handling in New Jersey? A. The claims adjuster recommends a contractor who is a personal friend to repair the insured's property. B. The claims manager reviews and approves a claim submitted by a close relative without disclosing the relationship. C. The claims examiner discusses claim details with a third-party expert to validate damages. D. The claims supervisor reviews the final settlement agreement before it is sent to the insured. Correct answer. B. The claims manager reviews and approves a claim submitted by a close relative without disclosing the relationship. Explanation. In New Jersey, it's essential for claims professionals to avoid conflicts of interest, which include situations where personal relationships or financial interests could influence decision-making. Option B represents a conflict of interest because the claims manager's personal relationship with the claimant, close relative, could compromise impartial decision-making. New Jersey insurance regulations require transparency and disclosure of any potential conflicts of interest to ensure fair claims handling practices. Question 4. Which of the following statements about surplus lines insurance policies in New Jersey is correct? A. Surplus lines policies are always more expensive than standard admitted market policies. B. Surplus lines policies are issued by insurers licensed in New Jersey. C. Surplus lines policies are subject to the same regulatory oversight as standard admitted market policies. D. Surplus lines policies are typically issued for risks that are declined by admitted insurers. Correct answer. D. Surplus lines policies are typically issued for risks that are declined by admitted insurers. Explanation. In New Jersey, surplus lines insurance policies are used when risks are declined by admitted insurers due to factors such as high risk or unusual characteristics. This option reflects the purpose of surplus lines insurance to provide coverage for risks that cannot be insured through standard admitted market policies. Question 5. when conducting a claims investigation for a surplus lines insurance policy in New Jersey, which of the following actions should the claims adjuster prioritize? A. Minimize contact with the insured to expedite the investigation process. B. Rely solely on internal resources without seeking external expertise. C. Document all communication, findings, and decisions throughout the investigation. D. Delay gathering evidence until additional policy details are confirmed. Correct answer. D. Surplus lines policies are typically issued for risks that are declined by admitted insurers. Explanation. In New Jersey, surplus lines insurance policies are used when risks are declined by admitted insurers due to factors such as high risk or unusual characteristics. This option reflects the purpose of surplus lines insurance to provide coverage for risks that cannot be insured through standard admitted market policies. Question 6. Which of the following statements regarding regulatory compliance in surplus lines claims handling in New Jersey is accurate? A. Surplus lines insurers are exempt from reporting claims data to state insurance departments. B. Surplus lines claims must comply with fair claims practices and consumer protection laws. C. Surplus lines claims are not subject to market conduct examinations by state regulators. D. Surplus lines claims adjusters are not required to hold specific licenses in New Jersey. Correct answer. B. Surplus lines claims must comply with fair claims practices and consumer protection laws. Explanation. In New Jersey, surplus lines insurers and claims handlers must adhere to fair claims practices and consumer protection laws similar to requirements for standard admitted insurers. Option is incorrect because surplus lines insurers are typically required to report claims data to state insurance departments, albeit with some variations from standard admitted market insurers. Option C is incorrect as surplus lines claims are subject to market conduct examinations to ensure compliance with state insurance regulations. Option D is incorrect because surplus lines claims adjusters must hold appropriate licenses to handle claims in New Jersey, although specific requirements may differ from standard admitted market adjusters. Question 7. In the context of surplus lines insurance claims litigation in New Jersey, which of the following statements is correct? A. Surplus lines claims are not subject to litigation due to their non-admitted status. B. Litigation in surplus lines claims is handled exclusively by federal courts. C. State courts have jurisdiction over surplus lines claims litigation in New Jersey. D. Surplus lines claims cannot be resolved through alternative dispute resolution methods. Correct answer. C. State courts have jurisdiction over surplus lines claims litigation in New Jersey. Explanation. In New Jersey, surplus lines claims litigation typically falls under the jurisdiction of state courts where claims disputes are resolved according to state laws and regulations. Option is incorrect because surplus lines claims can indeed be subject to litigation despite being non-admitted. Option B is incorrect as litigation jurisdiction is primarily determined by state laws unless federal issues are involved. Option D is incorrect because surplus lines claims can be resolved through alternative dispute resolution methods, such as arbitration or mediation, depending on the parties' agreement and the nature of the dispute. Question 8. Which of the following accurately describes a characteristic of surplus lines insurance in New Jersey? A. Surplus lines insurers must maintain surplus funds equivalent to at least twice the minimum capital requirements for admitted insurers. B. Surplus lines insurance is only available for risks that are not covered by any admitted insurer in New Jersey. C. Surplus lines insurance policies in New Jersey must be filed and approved by the state insurance department. D. Surplus lines insurance premiums are exempt from all state taxes and fees. Correct answer. B. Surplus lines insurance is only available for risks that are not covered by any admitted insurer in New Jersey. Explanation. Surplus lines insurance in New Jersey is designed to cover risks that cannot be placed with standard admitted insurers due to various reasons, such as high risk, uniqueness, or size. Option is incorrect because surplus lines insurers are required to maintain surplus funds but not necessarily at the specified ratio compared to admitted insurers. Option C is incorrect as surplus lines policies do not require approval by the state insurance department but must comply with specific regulatory requirements. Option D is incorrect because surplus lines insurance premiums are subject to certain taxes and fees imposed by the state. Question 9. Which of the following actions by a claims adjuster handling surplus lines insurance claims in New Jersey would raise ethical concerns? A. Providing the insured with clear explanations of coverage and claim settlement options. B. Offering to personally represent the insured in negotiations with the insurer. C. Keeping the insured informed of the claims process and progress regularly. D. Discussing claim details with unauthorized third parties without consent. Correct answer. D. Discussing claim details with unauthorized third parties without consent. Explanation. In New Jersey, claims adjusters are bound by ethical standards that include maintaining confidentiality and privacy of claim-related information. Discussing claim details with unauthorized third parties without consent could breach these ethical standards and potentially violate the insured's privacy rights. Options A, B, and C are all appropriate actions that uphold ethical conduct by ensuring transparency, communication, and informed decision-making throughout the claims process. Question 10. In New Jersey, what is a key difference between the claims handling process for surplus lines insurance compared to standard admitted market insurance? A. Surplus lines claims must be settled within 60 days of receipt of proof of loss. B. Surplus lines insurers are not required to provide written notification of claim status updates. C. Surplus lines claims may involve more flexible negotiation of settlement terms. D. Surplus lines claims are exempt from compliance with state insurance regulations. Correct answer. C. Surplus lines claims may involve more flexible negotiation of settlement terms. Explanation. In New Jersey, surplus lines insurance claims handling often allows for more flexibility in negotiation compared to standard admitted market insurance. This flexibility can include the ability to negotiate settlement terms that may not strictly adhere to standard protocols, depending on the specifics of the policy and the insurer's practices. Option A is incorrect because the timeline for settling surplus lines claims varies and is not mandated within a specific time frame like 60 days. Option B is incorrect because surplus lines insurers must provide written notification of claim status updates as required by state insurance regulations. Option D is incorrect because surplus lines claims must comply with applicable state insurance regulations despite their non-admitted status. Question 11. During a surplus lines insurance claims investigation in New Jersey, what is the primary purpose of interviewing insureds, witnesses, and other parties involved in the claim? A. To gather additional evidence to support the insurer's denial of the claim. B. To establish liability and determine the extent of covered damages. C. To delay the claims process and assess additional policy details. D. To avoid contacting external experts and specialists unnecessarily. Correct answer. B. To establish liability and determine the extent of covered damages. Explanation. Conducting interviews with insureds, witnesses, and other parties involved in the claim is essential in surplus lines claims investigation to gather information that helps establish liability and assess the extent of covered damages. Option is incorrect because interviews should aim to gather objective information to fairly evaluate the claim, not solely to support denial. Option C is incorrect as delaying the claims process without cause may lead to dissatisfaction and potential legal issues. Option D is incorrect because utilizing external experts and specialists may be necessary to investigate complex claims thoroughly depending on the circumstances. Question 12. In New Jersey, what should claims professionals consider when documenting a settlement agreement for a surplus lines insurance claim? A. Including only minimal details to protect the insurer's interests. B. Ensuring all terms and conditions are clear and agreed upon by both parties. C. Delaying the documentation until after the settlement payment is processed. D. Excluding any references to the insured's coverage and policy limits. Correct answer. B. Ensuring all terms and conditions are clear and agreed upon by both parties. Explanation. Documenting a settlement agreement in surplus lines insurance claims in New Jersey requires ensuring that all terms and conditions are clearly stated and agreed upon by both the insurer and the insured. This documentation serves as a legal record of the settlement terms, helping to prevent misunderstandings or disputes in the future. Option A is incorrect because omitting details could lead to ambiguities or legal challenges. Option C is incorrect because documenting the settlement promptly after agreement is essential to finalize the claims process. Option D is incorrect because settlement documentation should accurately reflect the insured's coverage and policy limits to avoid future disagreements. Question 13. In New Jersey, which factor is most critical when determining coverage and liability in surplus lines insurance claims? A. The insured's prior claims history with the surplus lines insurer. B. The insured's compliance with state insurance reporting requirements. C. The policy language and specific provisions of the surplus lines policy. D. The insured's willingness to negotiate the settlement amount. Correct answer. C. The policy language and specific provisions of the surplus lines policy. Explanation. When evaluating coverage and liability in surplus lines insurance claims in New Jersey, the most critical factor is interpreting and applying the policy language and specific provisions. This ensures that claims decisions are based on the terms agreed upon in the policy, taking into account any exclusions or limitations that may affect coverage. Option is incorrect because the insured's prior claims history may not directly impact the current claim evaluation unless specified in the policy terms. Option B is incorrect as compliance with state reporting requirements is separate from determining coverage under the policy. Option D is incorrect because settlement negotiation is a separate stage from evaluating coverage and liability based on policy provisions. Question 14. In New Jersey, how does the principle of proximate cause apply to surplus lines insurance claims evaluation? A. Proximate cause is irrelevant in surplus lines claims as all damages are covered under the policy. B. Proximate cause determines whether the insured's actions contributed to the loss. C. Proximate cause establishes the insured's liability for the damages claimed. D. Proximate cause determines whether the claimed damages are directly caused by a covered peril. Correct answer. D. Proximate cause determines whether the claimed damages are directly caused by a covered peril. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims evaluation, the principle of proximate cause is essential to determine whether the damages claimed are directly caused by a covered peril as specified in the insurance policy. This principle helps assess the extent of coverage and liability based on the causal relationship between the insured event, peril, and the resulting damages. Option A is incorrect because surplus lines policies still require damages to be caused by covered perils and not all damages are automatically covered. Option B is incorrect because proximate cause focuses on the cause of the loss rather than the insured's actions. Option C is incorrect because proximate cause relates more to causation rather than liability in insurance claims evaluation. Question 15. Which of the following factors typically influences the pricing of surplus lines insurance premiums in New Jersey? A. State-mandated rate caps on surplus lines insurance premiums. B. The financial stability rating of the insured. C. The insurer's compliance with standard market insurance regulations. D. The underwriting guidelines and risk characteristics of the insured. Correct answer. D. The underwriting guidelines and risk characteristics of the insured. Explanation. In New Jersey, surplus lines insurance premiums are influenced by the underwriting guidelines and risk characteristics of the insured, which may include factors such as the type of risk, its location, and specific features not readily insurable through standard admitted market insurers. Option A is incorrect because surplus lines premiums are not subject to state-mandated rate caps. Option B is incorrect because while the financial stability rating of the insured may affect coverage availability, it typically does not directly influence premium pricing in surplus lines insurance. Option C is incorrect because surplus lines insurers operate under different regulatory frameworks compared to standard market insurers. Question 16. In New Jersey, what ethical considerations should claims professionals prioritize when negotiating a settlement for a surplus lines insurance claim? A. Minimizing the settlement amount to reduce insurer liabilities. B. Disclosing all relevant information to the insured during negotiations. C. Delaying the settlement process to assess additional evidence. D. Offering settlement terms favorable to the insurer without negotiation. Correct answer: B. Disclosing all relevant information to the insured during negotiations. Explanation: ethical considerations in surplus lines claims settlement in New Jersey require claims professionals to disclose all relevant information to the insured during negotiations. This transparency ensures that the insured is fully informed about the settlement terms, allowing for fair and informed decision-making. Option is incorrect because minimizing the settlement amount without proper justification could be perceived as acting in bad faith. Option C is incorrect because delaying the settlement process unnecessarily may violate the insured's right to a timely resolution. Option D is incorrect because settlement terms should be negotiated in good faith, considering the interests of both parties involved. Question 17. During a surplus lines insurance claims investigation in New Jersey, what should claims adjusters prioritize to demonstrate professionalism? A. Expediting the investigation process to settle claims quickly. B. Using negotiation tactics to minimize claim payouts. C. Maintaining confidentiality of claim-related information. D. Avoiding communication with insureds and witnesses. Correct answer: C. Maintaining confidentiality of claim-related information. Explanation: professionalism in surplus lines claims handling in New Jersey includes maintaining confidentiality and privacy of claim-related information. Claims adjusters must handle sensitive information with care to protect the interests of all parties involved and comply with legal and ethical standards. Option A is incorrect because expediting the process should not compromise thoroughness and accuracy in claims investigation. Option B is incorrect because using negotiation tactics to minimize payouts could conflict with the insurer's obligation to fairly compensate the insured. Option D is incorrect because effective communication with insureds and witnesses is essential for gathering accurate information during claims investigation. Question 18. Which of the following accurately describes the role of surplus lines insurance brokers in New Jersey? A. Surplus lines brokers issue surplus lines insurance policies on behalf of insurers. B. Surplus lines brokers are responsible for regulating surplus lines insurance premiums. C. Surplus lines brokers facilitate the placement of insurance with non-admitted insurers. D. Surplus lines brokers are required to underwrite risks for surplus lines insurers. Correct answer: C. Surplus lines brokers facilitate the placement of insurance with non-admitted insurers. Explanation: in New Jersey, surplus lines brokers act as intermediaries who facilitate the placement of insurance for risks that cannot be insured through standard admitted market insurers. They help insureds obtain coverage from non-admitted insurers who provide surplus lines insurance policies. Option is incorrect because brokers do not issue policies themselves but facilitate their placement. Option B is incorrect because surplus lines brokers do not regulate insurance premiums. A pricing is determined by insurers based on underwriting guidelines. Option D is incorrect because underwriting risks is the responsibility of surplus lines insurers, not brokers. Question 19. In New Jersey, how does the doctrine of utmost good faith apply to surplus lines insurance claims? A. It requires insureds to disclose all material facts accurately when applying for insurance. B. It allows insurers to deny claims based on technicalities in policy language. C. It mandates insurers to settle claims promptly without extensive investigation. D. It exempts insureds from providing proof of loss during the claims process. Correct answer: A. It requires insureds to disclose all material facts accurately when applying for insurance. Explanation: the doctrine of utmost good faith, ubi remi fide, in surplus lines insurance in New Jersey requires insureds to disclose all material facts accurately to the insurer during the application process. This principle ensures that both parties enter into the insurance contract with full knowledge and transparency, thereby facilitating fair claims handling and reducing the risk of disputes. Option B is incorrect because utmost good faith relates more to disclosure of information rather than denying claims based on technicalities. Option C is incorrect because insurers are expected to conduct thorough investigations to assess claims properly. Option D is incorrect because insureds are generally required to provide proof of loss to support their claims. Question 20. Which of the following statements accurately describes the role of surplus lines insurance in New Jersey? A. Surplus lines insurance policies are more heavily regulated than standard admitted market policies. B. Surplus lines insurance provides coverage for risks that are typically uninsurable. C. Surplus lines insurers are required to maintain low capital reserves compared to admitted insurers. D. Surplus lines insurance premiums are exempt from all state taxes and fees. Correct answer. B. Surplus lines insurance provides coverage for risks that are typically uninsurable. Explanation. In New Jersey, surplus lines insurance serves to provide coverage for risks that cannot be insured through standard admitted market insurers due to their unique or high-risk nature. Option A is incorrect because surplus lines policies are subject to different, often less stringent regulatory requirements compared to standard admitted market policies. Option C is incorrect because surplus lines insurers are required to maintain adequate surplus funds but not necessarily lower capital reserves. Option D is incorrect because surplus lines insurance premiums are subject to certain state taxes and fees, although they may be taxed differently compared to admitted market premiums. Question 21. What is the primary purpose of effective communication and documentation in surplus lines claims handling in New Jersey? A. To expedite the claim settlement process. B. To ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. C. To prevent fraudulent claims. D. To reduce the workload of claims adjusters. Correct answer. B. To ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. Explanation. Effective communication and documentation are crucial in surplus lines claims handling to ensure compliance with New Jersey's regulatory requirements. According to the New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance, thorough documentation helps demonstrate adherence to state laws and regulations, which mandate transparency and accountability in the claims process. This not only facilitates a smoother claims handling process but also protects the insurer from potential legal issues and fines associated with non-compliance. Preventing fraudulent claims and expediting the settlement process are secondary benefits, but the primary focus is on regulatory compliance. Question 22. Which of the following is a key characteristic of surplus lines insurance policies that differentiates them from standard insurance policies in New Jersey? A. Surplus lines policies are not subject to the same rate and form regulations as standard policies. B. Surplus lines policies are required to follow all state-mandated coverage terms. C. Surplus lines policies are underwritten by state-regulated insurers. D. Surplus lines policies must be approved by the state insurance commissioner before issuance. Correct answer. A. Surplus lines policies are not subject to the same rate and form regulations as standard policies. Explanation. Surplus lines insurance policies are distinct from standard insurance policies primarily because they are not subject to the same rate and form regulations. In New Jersey, surplus lines insurers are typically non-admitted carriers, meaning they do not have to file their rates and forms for approval with the state insurance department. This allows surplus lines insurers greater flexibility to tailor coverage to unique or high-risk situations that admitted carriers may not cover. However, surplus lines insurers must still comply with certain regulatory requirements, such as financial solvency standards and consumer protections. Question 23. Mrs. Thompson has filed a claim for damage caused by a fire in her restaurant. During the investigation, the claims adjuster discovers discrepancies between Mrs. Thompson's statements and the evidence collected from the scene. What should the claims adjuster do to ensure a thorough and compliant investigation in New Jersey? A. Deny the claim immediately due to the discovered discrepancies. B. Continue gathering evidence and seek clarification from Mrs. Thompson. C. Consult with the insurance company's legal counsel to prepare for litigation. D. Close the investigation to avoid further costs. Correct answer. B. Continue gathering evidence and seek clarification from Mrs. Thompson. Explanation. In New Jersey, the claims adjuster must conduct a thorough and impartial investigation, even if discrepancies are discovered. This involves continuing to gather evidence and seeking clarification from the insured to resolve any inconsistencies. According to New Jersey Administrative Code NJAC 11-120, insurers are required to investigate all claims promptly, fairly, and equitably. Denying the claim immediately without further investigation could result in non-compliance with fair claims practices, while prematurely closing the investigation or preparing for litigation without sufficient cause can also lead to regulatory issues. Question 24. What is the primary consideration when determining the extent and value of a claim under a surplus lines insurance policy in New Jersey? A. The insured's initial estimate of damages. B. The policy limits and specific coverage provisions. C. The insurer's financial reserves. D. The severity of the incident. Correct answer. B. The policy limits and specific coverage provisions. Explanation. In determining the extent and value of a claim, the primary consideration is the policy limits and specific coverage provisions outlined in the surplus lines insurance policy. In New Jersey, as in other states, the policy dictates what is covered and to what extent. According to NJAC 11-120, insurers must evaluate claims based on the terms of the policy and ensure that settlements are within the defined coverage limits. The insured's initial estimate, the insurer's financial reserves, and the severity of the incident are relevant factors but do not override the policy's specific terms and limits. Question 25. Which ethical consideration is most important for a claims professional handling surplus lines insurance claims in New Jersey? A. Maximizing the insurer's profit. B. Maintaining confidentiality of the insured's information. C. Expediting claims settlements to reduce backlog. D. Establishing a personal relationship with the insured. Correct answer. B. Maintaining confidentiality of the insured's information. Explanation. Maintaining the confidentiality of the insured's information is a paramount ethical consideration for claims professionals handling surplus lines insurance claims in New Jersey. The New Jersey Insurance Information and Privacy Protection Act, NJSA 17-2301, mandates that insurers and their representatives protect the privacy of insured's personal and sensitive information. Breaches of confidentiality can lead to legal repercussions and loss of trust. While maximizing profit, expediting settlements, and building relationships are aspects of claims handling, they should not compromise the ethical duty to protect the insured's privacy. Question 26. Mr. Rodriguez has filed a claim for significant water damage to his property after a severe storm. During the evaluation, the claims adjuster must determine the extent of the damage and the associated costs. What is the best course of action for the claims adjuster to ensure an accurate and fair evaluation in New Jersey? A. Approve the claim based on Mr. Rodriguez's initial report. B. Estimate the damage costs without a site visit. C. Conduct a thorough on-site inspection and consult with relevant experts. D. Deny the claim if the cause of damage is unclear. Correct answer. C. Conduct a thorough on-site inspection and consult with relevant experts. Explanation. To ensure an accurate and fair evaluation of Mr. Rodriguez's claim for water damage, the claims adjuster should conduct a thorough on-site inspection and consult with relevant experts. This approach aligns with best practices and regulatory requirements in New Jersey for claims evaluation. According to the New Jersey Administrative Code NJAC 11-17.7, insurers must investigate claims diligently and in good faith, which includes obtaining a complete and accurate assessment of the damages, proving the claim based solely on the insured's report, estimating without a site visit, or denying the claim due to unclear cause would not meet the standards of thorough and fair claims evaluation. Question 27. What is the role of legal counsel in managing litigation expenses during a surplus lines insurance claim in New Jersey? A. To minimize the overall payout to the claimant. B. To ensure the litigation process adheres to state and federal regulations. C. To expedite the settlement process by avoiding trial. D. To handle all communications with the insured. Correct answer. B. To ensure the litigation process adheres to state and federal regulations. Explanation. Legal counsel plays a crucial role in ensuring that the litigation process adheres to state and federal regulations. In New Jersey, surplus lines insurers must navigate a complex legal landscape, and compliance with these regulations is essential to avoid penalties and ensure a fair trial. According to the New Jersey Rules of Court, legal counsel must manage litigation expenses while ensuring that all legal procedures are followed correctly. This involves advising on strategy, preparing documentation, and representing the insurer in court, with the primary goal of ensuring compliance and protecting the insurer's interests. Question 28. Which technique is most effective for gathering reliable evidence during a surplus lines insurance claim investigation in New Jersey? A. Relying solely on the insured's account of the incident. B. Conducting a site visit and interviewing witnesses. C. Using online resources to gather background information. D. Delegating the investigation to a third-party contractor. Correct answer. B. Conducting a site visit and interviewing witnesses. Explanation. Conducting a site visit and interviewing witnesses is the most effective technique for gathering reliable evidence during a surplus lines insurance claim investigation in New Jersey. According to best practices outlined by the New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance, a thorough on-site inspection and direct interviews provide first-hand information that is critical for an accurate assessment of the claim. Relying solely on the insured's account or online resources can lead to incomplete or biased information, while delegating the investigation to a third party may result in a loss of control over the quality and integrity of the evidence collected. Question 29. Mr. Chang has purchased a surplus lines insurance policy for his commercial property. He submits a claim for damages caused by a flood, but the insurer denies the claim based on a policy exclusion. What should Mr. Chang do to better understand the reason for the denial and address his concerns? A. Accept the denial without question. B. Review the policy language and exclusion terms carefully. C. File a complaint with the New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance immediately. D. Contact the insurer's legal counsel for an explanation. Correct answer. B. Review the policy language and exclusion terms carefully. Explanation. Mr. Chang should review the policy language and exclusion terms carefully to understand the reason for the denial of his flood damage claim. Surplus lines insurance policies often contain specific exclusions that are clearly outlined in the policy documents. By reviewing these terms, Mr. Chang can verify whether the denial is justified based on the policy's provisions. The New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance emphasizes the importance of policyholders understanding their coverage and exclusions. If there is any ambiguity or if he believes the denial is incorrect, Mr. Chang can then consider further actions such as discussing the matter with the insurer or seeking legal advice. Question 30. Which of the following actions would violate professional standards and ethical guidelines for claims professionals handling surplus lines insurance claims in New Jersey? A. Thoroughly documenting all communications with the insured. B. Offering a lower settlement than what is fair to minimize costs. C. Seeking expert opinions when necessary to evaluate a claim. D. Maintaining confidentiality of the insured's personal information. Correct answer. B. Offering a lower settlement than what is fair to minimize costs. Explanation. Offering a lower settlement than what is fair to minimize costs violates professional standards and ethical guidelines for claims professionals. The New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance requires claims adjusters to act in good faith and deal fairly with claimants. Unfairly reducing a settlement offer to minimize costs breaches ethical standards and can lead to legal and regulatory consequences. Thorough documentation, seeking expert opinions, and maintaining confidentiality are all practices that align with professional and ethical guidelines. Question 31. Which of the following is an acceptable alternative dispute resolution at a method that may be used to resolve surplus lines insurance claims in New Jersey? A. Trial by jury. B. Mediation. C. Public protest. D. Denial of the claim without explanation. Correct answer. B. Mediation. Explanation. Mediation is an acceptable alternative dispute resolution, the method that can be used to resolve surplus lines insurance claims in New Jersey. according to the New Jersey Uniform Mediation Act NJSA 223. A mediation is a voluntary, non-binding process where a neutral third party helps the disputing parties reach a mutually acceptable agreement. This method is favored for its efficiency and cost-effectiveness compared to litigation. A trial by jury is a traditional legal process, not a DR, while public protest and denying a claim without explanation are not appropriate or ethical ways to handle disputes. Question 32. MS. Lee has filed a claim for business interruption due to a cyber attack on her company. The claims adjuster needs to evaluate the extent of the interruption and associated costs. What steps should the adjuster take to ensure an accurate and fair evaluation in New Jersey? A. Deny the claim due to lack of physical damage. B. Review the policy terms and consult with cybersecurity experts. C. Estimate the loss based on industry averages without detailed investigation. D. Approve the claim without verifying the details. Correct answer. B. Review the policy terms and consult with cybersecurity experts. Explanation. To ensure an accurate and fair evaluation of MS. Lee's business interruption claim due to a cyber attack, the claims adjuster should review the policy terms and consult with cybersecurity experts. Business interruption claims, especially those involving cyber incidents, require thorough understanding of the specific coverage provided under the policy and the actual impact of the incident. Consulting with experts helps in accurately assessing the extent of the interruption and the costs involved. Denying the claim without physical damage, estimating based on industry averages, or approving without verification would not align with best practices and regulatory requirements in New Jersey. Question 33. In the context of surplus lines insurance claims handling in New Jersey, what is the primary role of the claims adjuster? A. To act as an advocate for the insured. B. To determine the liability and extent of the insurer's obligations. C. To expedite the claims settlement process regardless of accuracy. D. To delegate the investigation to external agencies. Correct answer. B. To determine the liability and extent of the insurer's obligation. Explanation. The primary role of the claims adjuster in surplus lines insurance claims handling is to determine the liability and extent of the insurer's obligation. According to the New Jersey Administrative Code NJAC 11-217.6, adjusters are responsible for investigating claims, evaluating the evidence, and determining the validity and extent of the claim based on the policy terms, acting as an advocate for the insured or expediting the process without accuracy compromises their duty to provide a fair and balanced evaluation. Delegating investigations to external agencies may be part of the process, but does not replace the adjuster's primary responsibility. Question 34. Which of the following is a best practice for interviewing witnesses during a surplus lines insurance claim investigation in New Jersey? A. Conducting interviews in a public setting to ensure transparency. B. Leading witnesses to confirm predetermined assumptions. C. Recording interviews with the witness's consent. D. Limiting the interview to a single question and answer session. Correct answer. C. Recording interviews with the witness's consent. Explanation. Recording interviews with the witness's consent is a best practice during a surplus lines insurance claim investigation in New Jersey. According to the New Jersey Administrative Code NJAC 1345-1, obtaining and documenting accurate witness statements is essential for a thorough investigation. Recording ensures that the information is captured accurately and can be reviewed later if needed. Conducting interviews in public settings may compromise confidentiality, and leading witnesses or limiting interviews can result in biased or incomplete information. Question 35. MS. Martinez is involved in a lawsuit regarding a surplus lines insurance claim denial. The insurer's legal counsel must manage the litigation process. What is the most critical step for the legal counsel to take to ensure a successful defense in New Jersey? A. Settle the case out of court to avoid litigation costs. B. Ensure all documentation and evidence are meticulously prepared and presented. C. Rely on previous similar cases without current case-specific details. D. Limit communication with MS. Martinez to avoid any potential legal issues. Correct answer. B. Ensure all documentation and evidence are meticulously prepared and presented. Explanation. To ensure a successful defense in a surplus lines insurance claim litigation, the legal counsel must ensure all documentation and evidence are meticulously prepared and presented. According to New Jersey court rules R. 418, thorough documentation and proper evidence handling are crucial for a strong defense. Settling out of court may sometimes be a strategy, but it should not be the default approach without evaluating the case's merits. Relying on previous cases without considering specific details of the current case can be detrimental and limiting communication with MS. Martinez could result in misunderstandings and weaken the defense. Question 36. What is a critical factor to consider when reserving and estimating claim costs in surplus lines insurance in New Jersey? A. The insured's ability to pay for the damages out of pocket. B. The potential for future legal costs associated with the claim. C. The average claim cost for similar incidents nationwide. D. The initial estimate provided by the insured. Correct answer. B. The potential for future legal costs associated with the claim explanation. When reserving and estimating claim costs in surplus lines insurance, it is critical to consider the potential for future legal costs associated with the claim. According to the New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance, accurate reserving must account for all potential expenses, including legal fees, which can significantly impact the total cost of a claim. Estimating based solely on the insured's initial report or average costs may not provide a complete picture, and the insured's ability to pay out of pocket is irrelevant to the insurer's obligation under the policy. Question 37. Mr. Patel has received a settlement offer from his surplus lines insurer for a property damage claim. He believes the offer is too low and wants to negotiate for a higher amount. What is the best course of action for Mr. Patel in New Jersey? A. Accept the offer to avoid prolonged negotiation. B. File a complaint with the New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance immediately. C. Provide additional documentation and evidence to support his claim. D. Hire a public adjuster to reassess the damage. Correct answer. C. Provide additional documentation and evidence to support his claim explanation. The best course of action for Mr. Patel is to provide additional documentation and evidence to support his claim. According to the New Jersey Administrative Code NJAC 11-217.10, insureds have the right to negotiate settlement offers, and providing more detailed evidence can help substantiate the need for a higher settlement amount. While hiring a public adjuster may also be beneficial, it should be considered if additional documentation alone does not resolve the issue. Filing a complaint should be a last resort if negotiations fail, and accepting an unsatisfactory offer is not advisable without attempting to negotiate first. Correct answer. C. Provide additional documentation and evidence to support his claim explanation. The best course of action for Mr. Patel is to provide additional documentation and evidence to support his claim. According to the New Jersey Administrative Code NJAC 11-217.10, insureds have the right to negotiate settlement offers, and providing more detailed evidence can help substantiate the need for a higher settlement amount. While hiring a public adjuster may also be beneficial, it should be considered if additional documentation alone does not resolve the issue. Filing a complaint should be a last resort if negotiations fail, and accepting an unsatisfactory offer is not advisable without attempting to negotiate first. Correct answer. B. Sharing sensitive information about the insured with unauthorized parties. Explanation. Sharing sensitive information about the insured with unauthorized parties is both unethical and potentially illegal under New Jersey regulations. The New Jersey Insurance Information and Privacy Protection Act (NJSA 17-2301) requires insurers and their representatives to protect the confidentiality of the insured's personal information. Unauthorized disclosure can lead to legal repercussions, loss of trust, and significant fines. Thorough investigation, regular communication with the insured, and consulting with experts are all ethical practices that contribute to fair and accurate claims handling. Question 39. What is the primary purpose of providing documentation and evidence during surplus lines insurance claim litigation in New Jersey? A. To delay the litigation process. B. To demonstrate the validity of the insurer's decision. C. To confuse the opposing legal counsel. D. To expedite the court proceedings. Correct answer. B. To demonstrate the validity of the insurer's decision. Explanation. The primary purpose of providing documentation and evidence during surplus lines insurance claim litigation in New Jersey is to demonstrate the validity of the insurer's decision. According to New Jersey court rules, documentation and evidence are crucial for supporting the insurer's position and justifying its actions in denying or settling a claim. Delaying litigation, confusing opposing counsel, or expediting court proceedings are not the primary objectives of presenting evidence. Instead, the focus is on substantiating the insurer's handling of the claim based on policy terms and legal requirements. Question 40. What role does effective communication play in surplus lines insurance claims handling in New Jersey? A. It allows adjusters to expedite claim settlements. B. It ensures compliance with state regulations. C. It reduces the workload of claims professionals. D. It eliminates the need for claims investigations. Correct answer. B. It ensures compliance with state regulations. Explanation. Effective communication plays a crucial role in surplus lines insurance claims handling in New Jersey by ensuring compliance with state regulations. According to the New Jersey Department of Banking and Insurance, clear and transparent communication helps demonstrate adherence to regulatory requirements which mandate fairness and accuracy in claims processing. While it may facilitate the settlement process and improve efficiency, its primary purpose is to ensure that all parties involved understand their rights and obligations under state law. Reducing workload or bypassing investigations are not its primary functions. Question 41. Which characteristic distinguishes surplus lines insurance policies from standard admitted insurance policies in New Jersey? A. Surplus lines policies are issued by state-regulated insurers. B. Surplus lines policies require approval from the insured. C. Surplus lines policies cover only common risks. D. Surplus lines policies are not subject to state rate and form regulations. Correct answer. D. Surplus lines policies are not subject to state rate and form regulations. Explanation. One of the key characteristics that distinguish surplus lines insurance policies from standard admitted insurance policies in New Jersey is that surplus lines policies are not subject to state rate and form regulations. This distinction allows surplus lines insurers greater flexibility in underwriting and pricing policies tailored to unique or high-risk situations that admitted carriers may not cover. However, surplus lines insurers must still comply with other regulatory requirements, such as financial solvency and consumer protection laws, to operate legally in the state. Question 42. Mr. Anderson, an insured under surplus lines insurance policy in New Jersey, recently filed a claim for water damage to his commercial property. During the investigation, it was discovered that Mr. Anderson had delayed reporting the incident by 2 weeks, citing uncertainty about the extent of the damage. Which of the following statements best reflects the implications of this delay under New Jersey's surplus lines insurance regulations? A. The delay may be considered a violation of the duty to promptly report claims potentially impacting coverage. B. Surplus lines insurance policies in New Jersey do not specify reporting timelines, so the delay is irrelevant to coverage determination. C. The insurer must automatically deny the claim due to the delay in reporting, regardless of circumstances. D. The delay could result in increased deductibles but does not affect coverage otherwise. Correct answer A. The delay may be considered a violation of the duty to promptly report claims potentially impacting coverage. Explanation. Under New Jersey's surplus lines insurance regulations, insureds have a duty to promptly report claims. Delays in reporting could jeopardize coverage, especially if the delay prejudices the insurer's ability to investigate the claim effectively. Insurers are allowed to deny coverage or impose additional terms if the insured fails to comply with reporting obligations promptly. This requirement ensures that insurers can promptly investigate claims, assess their validity, and mitigate potential losses. Therefore, option A is correct as it reflects the regulatory framework regarding timely claim reporting under New Jersey surplus lines insurance. Question 43. Which of the following statements best describes the role of surplus lines brokers in the claims handling process under New Jersey law? A. Surplus lines brokers are primarily responsible for investigating claims and determining coverage. B. Surplus lines brokers act as intermediaries between insureds and insurers, facilitating the placement of non-standard insurance coverage. C. Surplus lines brokers are prohibited from participating in the claims process to maintain impartiality. D. Surplus lines brokers have no specific role in claims handling as it falls solely under the responsibility of the insurer. Correct answer. B. Surplus lines brokers act as intermediaries between insureds and insurers, facilitating the placement of non-standard insurance coverage. Explanation: in New Jersey, surplus lines brokers play a crucial role in facilitating the placement of surplus lines insurance, which involves non-standard or specialized coverage that may not be available through admitted insurers. While they do not typically handle claims directly, brokers assist insureds in obtaining surplus lines coverage by connecting them with eligible surplus lines insurers. They help insureds navigate the complexities of non-admitted insurance markets and ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. Therefore, option B correctly describes the role of surplus lines brokers in the context of claims handling under New Jersey law. Question 44. Which of the following factors is most critical in determining whether a claim qualifies for coverage under a surplus lines insurance policy in New Jersey? A. The insured's financial status and ability to pay premiums. B. The insured's compliance with state regulations governing surplus lines insurance. C. The presence of intentional acts or fraud by the insured. D. The insurer's financial stability and rating. Correct answer. B. The insured's compliance with state regulations governing surplus lines insurance. Explanation: in New Jersey, as in other states, compliance with regulatory requirements is crucial for determining coverage under surplus lines insurance policies. These policies are subject to specific rules and guidelines that may differ from those governing admitted insurers. Insureds must meet eligibility criteria and comply with regulatory requirements, such as using surplus lines insurance for risks that are ineligible for coverage from admitted insurers. Failure to comply with these regulations can lead to coverage denials or other adverse consequences. Therefore, option B is correct as it emphasizes the importance of regulatory compliance in determining coverage under surplus lines insurance in New Jersey. Question 45. Which of the following scenarios would likely be covered under a surplus lines insurance policy in New Jersey? A. Damage caused by a flood, which is explicitly excluded under the policy. B. The losses resulting from the insured's intentional acts that caused property damage. C. Liability claims arising from professional services performed by the insured. D. Claims for bodily injury resulting from an insured's negligent actions. Correct answer. D. Claims for bodily injury resulting from an insured's negligent actions. Explanation: surplus lines insurance in New Jersey typically covers risks that are considered non-standard or ineligible for coverage through admitted insurers. Bodily injury claims arising from an insured's negligence are examples of risks that surplus lines insurance might cover, depending on policy terms and exclusions. This coverage extends to situations where the insured's actions unintentionally cause harm to others, aligning with the purpose of surplus lines insurance to provide coverage for risks that are not readily insurable through standard markets. Therefore, option D is correct as it reflects a scenario that would likely be covered under a surplus lines insurance policy in New Jersey. Question 46. In New Jersey, what is the significance of adhering to fair claims practices in surplus lines insurance? A. It ensures that insureds receive prompt and fair settlements for their claims. B. It allows insurers to deny claims without justification, protecting their financial interests. C. It mandates that brokers disclose their commission rates to insureds during claims processing. D. It requires insureds to pay additional fees for expedited claims handling services. Correct answer: A. It ensures that insureds receive prompt and fair settlements for their claims. Explanation: Fair claims practices in surplus lines insurance in New Jersey aim to protect insured's rights by ensuring that insurers handle claims promptly, fairly, and in good faith. This includes timely investigation, clear communication, and fair evaluation of claims. Adherence to fair claims practices prevents insurers from unfairly denying or delaying valid claims, promoting transparency and accountability in claims handling. Insureds are entitled to receive settlements that adequately compensate them for covered losses under their insurance policies. Therefore, option is correct as it reflects the importance of fair claims practices in surplus lines insurance in New Jersey. Question 47. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what role does the Surplus Lines Stamping Office play? A. It determines the premium rates for surplus lines insurance policies. B. It handles disputes between insureds and insurers regarding claim settlements. C. It ensures compliance with state regulations and collects surplus lines taxes. D. It reviews and approves surplus lines insurance applications submitted by brokers. Correct answer. C. It ensures compliance with state regulations and collects surplus lines taxes. Explanation. In New Jersey, the Surplus Lines Stamping Office oversees the surplus lines insurance market to ensure compliance with state regulations. This includes verifying that surplus lines insurance placements meet eligibility criteria and that taxes are properly collected and remitted. The office also facilitates the efficient operation of the surplus lines market by maintaining records, providing information to stakeholders, and promoting adherence to regulatory standards. Therefore, option C is correct as it accurately describes the role of the Surplus Lines Stamping Office in New Jersey's surplus lines insurance regulatory framework. Question 48. Which of the following statements regarding surplus lines insurance policies in New Jersey is true? A. Surplus lines insurance policies must provide coverage identical to policies offered by admitted insurers. B. Surplus lines insurance policies are subject to less regulatory oversight compared to policies issued by admitted insurers. C. Surplus lines insurance policies can only be purchased by individuals, not by businesses or corporations. These surplus lines insurance policies are typically used to cover risks that admitted insurers are unwilling or unable to cover. Correct answer. D. Surplus lines insurance policies are typically used to cover risks that admitted insurers are unwilling or unable to cover. Explanation. In New Jersey, surplus lines insurance is designed to provide coverage for risks that are deemed too high or unusual for admitted insurers to cover. These policies offer flexibility and options for insureds facing specialized or unique risks that traditional insurers may decline to cover. This aspect makes surplus lines insurance an essential component of the insurance market, providing coverage solutions where standard insurance products are not available. Therefore, option D is correct as it accurately describes the purpose and function of surplus lines insurance policies in New Jersey. Question 49. During a surplus lines insurance claims investigation in New Jersey, what role does the claims adjuster play? A. Deciding the validity of the claim and approving settlement amounts. B. Negotiating settlements with third parties involved in the claim. C. Conducting a thorough investigation and gathering evidence related to the claim. D. Advising the insured on legal strategies during claim disputes. Correct answer. C. Conducting a thorough investigation and gathering evidence related to the claim. Explanation. In New Jersey, claims adjusters and surplus lines insurance are responsible for conducting comprehensive investigations into claims. This process involves gathering evidence, interviewing relevant parties, and assessing the extent of damage or loss covered under the policy. Claims adjusters facilitate fair and prompt claims handling by providing insurers with accurate information to evaluate claims and make informed decisions. Therefore, option C is correct as it outlines the primary role of a claims adjuster in surplus lines insurance claims investigations in New Jersey. Question 50. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what is the purpose of surplus lines taxes? A. To fund the Surplus Lines Stamping Office's operations and regulatory activities. B. To reduce the premiums charged for surplus lines insurance policies. C. To compensate insureds for delays in claims processing by surplus lines insurers. D. To discourage the placement of surplus lines insurance and encourage use of admitted insurers. Correct answer A. To fund the surplus lines stamping office's operations and regulatory activities. Explanation: surplus lines taxes in New Jersey serve to fund the operations and regulatory activities of the surplus lines stamping office. These taxes are typically a percentage of the premium paid for surplus lines insurance policies and are collected by surplus lines brokers or insurers on behalf of the state. The surplus lines stamping office uses these funds to ensure compliance with state regulations, maintain market stability, and support the efficient operation of the surplus lines insurance market. Therefore, option is correct as it explains the purpose of surplus lines taxes under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 51. In New Jersey, what is the significance of exportable risks in the context of surplus lines insurance? A. Exportable risks refer to risks that can only be insured through surplus lines policies and are not eligible for coverage by admitted insurers. B. Exportable risks are those that must be reported to state regulators before they can be insured under surplus lines policies. C. Exportable risks are exempt from state insurance regulations and can be insured without adherence to standard insurance practices. D. Exportable risks are automatically covered under surplus lines policies without the need for underwriting or risk assessment. Correct answer A. Exportable risks refer to risks that can only be insured through surplus lines policies and are not eligible for coverage by admitted insurers. Explanation: in New Jersey, exportable risks are those that are considered too high or specialized for coverage by admitted insurers and therefore can only be insured through surplus lines insurance. These risks include unique or non-standard exposures that traditional insurers may decline to cover due to their nature or complexity. Exportable risks highlight the role of surplus lines insurance in providing coverage options for risks that fall outside the scope of standard insurance markets. Therefore, option is correct as it accurately describes the significance of exportable risks in the context of surplus lines insurance in New Jersey. Question 52. Which of the following statements best describes the process of a diligent search in the placement of surplus lines insurance policies in New Jersey? A. Diligent search involves researching multiple insurance markets to obtain comparable coverage from admitted insurers before opting for surplus lines. B. Diligent search requires brokers to consult with legal experts to determine the legality of surplus lines placements. C. Diligent search mandates that brokers attempt to place insurance with unauthorized insurers first before considering surplus lines insurers. D. Diligent search involves efforts by brokers to obtain coverage from admitted insurers who are unwilling to provide the desired coverage terms. Correct answer: D. Diligent search involves efforts by brokers to obtain coverage from admitted insurers who are unwilling to provide the desired coverage terms. Explanation: in New Jersey, the diligent search process requires surplus lines brokers to attempt to place insurance coverage with admitted insurers who are unwilling or unable to provide the desired coverage terms or limits. Brokers must document their efforts to place the coverage in the admitted market before resorting to surplus lines insurers. This process ensures that surplus lines insurance is used appropriately for risks that cannot be insured through admitted insurers, promoting market stability and compliance with state regulations. Therefore, option D is correct as it accurately describes the diligent search process in surplus lines insurance placements in New Jersey. Question 53. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what is the purpose of requiring surplus lines brokers to be licensed? A. To limit the number of brokers participating in the surplus lines market to maintain market stability. B. To ensure that brokers have expertise in all types of insurance, including surplus lines, before they can sell such policies. C. To protect insureds by ensuring that brokers have knowledge of surplus lines laws and regulations and adhere to ethical standards. D. To facilitate faster processing of surplus lines insurance claims by licensed brokers. Correct answer: C. To protect insureds by ensuring that brokers have knowledge of surplus lines laws and regulations and adhere to ethical standards. Explanation: in New Jersey, surplus lines brokers must be licensed to ensure they possess the necessary knowledge of surplus lines insurance laws, regulations, and ethical standards. This licensing requirement aims to protect insureds by ensuring that brokers act in their clients' best interests, understand the complexities of surplus lines insurance, and comply with state regulatory requirements. Licensed brokers are expected to provide accurate information, maintain confidentiality, and handle surplus lines placements professionally. Therefore, option C is correct as it explains the purpose of requiring surplus lines brokers to be licensed under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 54. Which of the following factors is most important when determining whether a risk is eligible for surplus lines insurance in New Jersey? A. The insured's preference for non-admitted insurers over admitted insurers. B. The insured's willingness to pay higher premiums for surplus lines coverage. C. The risk's complexity or unique nature that makes it difficult to insure through admitted insurers. D. The surplus lines broker's commission rate for placing the insurance. Correct answer. C. The risk's complexity or unique nature that makes it difficult to insure through admitted insurers. Explanation. In New Jersey, the primary criterion for determining eligibility for surplus lines insurance is the risk's complexity or unique nature that makes it difficult to obtain coverage through admitted insurers. Surplus lines insurance is designed to provide coverage for risks that are non-standard or specialized, which traditional insurers may decline to cover due to their unique characteristics or high-risk profiles. This aspect highlights the essential role of surplus lines insurance in filling gaps in coverage for risks that do not fit within standard insurance market parameters. Therefore, option C is correct as it identifies the most critical factor in determining eligibility for surplus lines insurance in New Jersey. Question 55. In the context of surplus lines insurance claims handling in New Jersey, what is the purpose of coverage verification? A. To determine if the insured has paid all premiums due under the policy. B. To confirm the insured's eligibility for surplus lines coverage. C. To ensure that the claimed loss or damage falls within the policy's covered risks. D. To assess the financial stability of the surplus lines insurer. Correct answer. C. To ensure that the claimed loss or damage falls within the policy's covered risks. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims, handling coverage verification involves confirming that the loss or damage claimed by the insured falls within the scope of coverage provided by the surplus lines insurance policy. This process ensures that the claimed event or circumstance is covered under the terms and conditions of the policy, helping insurers assess the validity of the claim and make appropriate coverage determinations. Coverage verification is essential to prevent fraudulent claims and ensure that insurers fulfill their obligations to pay valid claims under the terms of the policy. Therefore, option C is correct as it accurately describes the purpose of coverage verification in surplus lines insurance claims handling in New Jersey. Question 56. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what role does the Surplus Lines Advisory Organization play? A. It approves all surplus lines insurance applications submitted by brokers. B. It establishes guidelines and standards for surplus lines insurance placements. C. It adjudicates disputes between insureds and surplus lines insurers. D. It audits surplus lines brokers to ensure compliance with licensing requirements. Correct answer. B. It establishes guidelines and standards for surplus lines insurance placements. Explanation. In New Jersey, the surplus lines advisory organization, such as the Surplus Lines Association of New Jersey, plays a role in establishing guidelines and standards for surplus lines insurance placements. These guidelines ensure compliance with state regulations, promote market stability, and facilitate efficient operations within the surplus lines insurance market. The advisory organization works collaboratively with stakeholders to develop best practices, monitor market trends, and provide educational resources related to surplus lines insurance. Therefore, option B is correct as it describes the role of the Surplus Lines Advisory Organization under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 57. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what is the significance of a dual regulation? A. It refers to the regulation of surplus lines brokers by both state and federal authorities. B. It means that surplus lines policies must comply with both state and federal insurance laws. C. It denotes the supervision of surplus lines insurers by both state and federal insurance departments. D. It signifies the collaboration between surplus lines stamping offices in different states for regulatory consistency. Correct answer. C. It denotes the supervision of surplus lines insurers by both state and federal insurance departments. Explanation. In New Jersey, a dual regulation refers to the supervision of surplus lines insurers by both the state insurance department and relevant federal authorities. This regulatory framework ensures that surplus lines insurers comply with state-specific regulations while also adhering to federal guidelines that may apply to non-admitted insurance transactions. Dual regulation aims to maintain market stability, protect insureds, and ensure that surplus lines insurers operate within the boundaries of state and federal laws. Therefore, option C is correct as it accurately describes the significance of dual regulation in New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 58. During the claims settlement process under surplus lines insurance policy in New Jersey, what is the role of a reservation of rights letter? A. It informs the insured of their right to appeal the insurer's coverage decision. B. It reserves the insurer's right to deny coverage based on specific policy exclusions or conditions. C. It grants the insured immediate access to interim claim payments before final settlement. D. It provides legal justification for the insurer's decision to settle a claim without further negotiation. Correct answer. B. It reserves the insurer's right to deny coverage based on specific policy exclusions or conditions. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims handling, a reservation of rights letter is used by insurers to reserve their right to deny coverage based on specific policy exclusions, conditions, or limitations. This letter notifies the insured that while the insurer is proceeding with the claim investigation and settlement process, it may later deny coverage if it determines that the claim falls outside the scope of coverage provided by the policy. The reservation of rights letter ensures transparency and notifies the insured of potential issues that could affect coverage determination. Therefore, option B is correct as it explains the role and purpose of a reservation of rights letter in surplus lines insurance claims handling in New Jersey. Question 59. In New Jersey, what is the primary responsibility of surplus lines insurers in claims handling? A. To deny as many claims as possible to protect their financial interests. B. To promptly investigate claims and provide fair and timely settlements to insureds. C. To delay claims processing to avoid immediate financial liabilities. D. To negotiate settlements directly with insureds without involving claims adjusters. Correct answer. B. To promptly investigate claims and provide fair and timely settlements to insureds. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims handling, the primary responsibility of surplus lines insurers is to promptly investigate claims, assess their validity, and provide fair and timely settlements to insureds in accordance with policy terms and regulatory requirements. This process ensures that insureds receive prompt compensation for covered losses and that insurers fulfill their contractual obligations under the policy. Prompt claims handling also supports market stability and consumer confidence in surplus lines insurance products. Therefore, option B is correct as it describes the primary responsibility of surplus lines insurers in claims handling under New Jersey regulations. Question 60. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what is the purpose of requiring surplus lines insurers to maintain financial solvency? A. To ensure that surplus lines insurers can offer low premiums compared to admitted insurers. B. To protect insureds by ensuring that surplus lines insurers have sufficient funds to pay claims. C. To limit the number of surplus lines policies issued by insurers to maintain market stability. D. To facilitate quicker claims processing by reducing financial scrutiny of surplus lines insurers. Correct answer. B. To protect insureds by ensuring that surplus lines insurers have sufficient funds to pay claims. Explanation. In New Jersey, requiring surplus lines insurers to maintain financial solvency ensures that they have adequate financial resources to fulfill their obligations to policyholders. This regulatory requirement protects insureds by minimizing the risk of insurer insolvency and ensuring that claims can be paid in a timely manner. Financial solvency standards help maintain market stability and consumer confidence in surplus lines insurance products, ensuring that insurers have the financial capacity to handle claims and meet their contractual obligations. Therefore, option B is correct as it explains the purpose of requiring surplus lines insurers to maintain financial solvency under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 61. During the claims evaluation process in New Jersey surplus lines insurance, what role does the claims adjuster play in determining coverage? A. Deciding the final settlement amount to be paid to the insured. B. Assessing the insured's financial losses resulting from the claim. C. Analyzing policy language and exclusions to determine coverage applicability. D. Negotiating with third parties involved in the claim dispute. Correct answer. C. Analyzing policy language and exclusions to determine coverage applicability. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims evaluation, the claims adjuster plays a crucial role in analyzing policy language, terms, and exclusions to determine whether the claimed loss or damage falls within the scope of coverage provided by the policy. This process involves interpreting the insurance contract, assessing the facts of the claim, and applying policy provisions to make coverage determinations. Claims adjusters ensure consistency with policy terms and regulatory requirements, guiding insurers in making fair and accurate coverage decisions. Therefore, option C is correct as it describes the role of the claims adjuster in determining coverage applicability during claims evaluation in New Jersey surplus lines insurance. Question 62. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, what is the purpose of requiring surplus lines brokers to disclose the surplus lines stamping fee to insureds? A. To ensure that insureds understand the additional costs associated with surplus lines insurance placements. B. To discourage insureds from opting for surplus lines coverage due to higher transaction fees. C. To provide insureds with the option to negotiate low stamping fees with surplus lines brokers. D. To comply with state regulations requiring transparency in surplus lines insurance transactions. Correct answer. A. To ensure that insureds understand the additional costs associated with surplus lines insurance placements. Explanation. In New Jersey, requiring surplus lines brokers to disclose the surplus lines stamping fee to insureds aims to ensure transparency in insurance transactions and help insureds understand the total cost of surplus lines insurance placements. The stamping fee is a regulatory fee charged to cover the administrative costs of the surplus lines stamping office and is typically passed on to insureds as part of the premium. Disclosure of this fee allows insureds to make informed decisions about their insurance coverage and understand any additional costs beyond the premium itself. Therefore, option A is correct as it explains the purpose of requiring surplus lines brokers to disclose the surplus lines stamping fee to insureds under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 63. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, what role does the surplus lines stamping office play? A. It sets the rates for surplus lines insurance premiums. B. It audits surplus lines brokers for compliance with licensing requirements. C. It collects and distributes surplus lines taxes to state regulators. D. It reviews and records surplus lines insurance transactions for regulatory oversight. Correct answer. D. It reviews and records surplus lines insurance transactions for regulatory oversight. Explanation. In New Jersey, the surplus lines stamping office plays a crucial role in reviewing and recording surplus lines insurance transactions. This includes ensuring that surplus lines brokers comply with state regulations, documenting policy placements, and maintaining records for regulatory oversight. The stamping office does not set premium rates, option A, conduct audits of brokers, option B, or collect distribute taxes, option C. These responsibilities are typically handled by insurers, regulatory authorities, or specific tax collection agencies. Therefore, option D is correct as it accurately describes the role of the surplus lines stamping office in New Jersey surplus lines insurance operations. Question 64. During the claims investigation process In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, what factors should a claims adjuster consider when evaluating evidence? A. The insured's reputation and standing within the community. B. The financial stability of the surplus lines insurer. C. The consistency and reliability of witness statements. D. The length of time it takes to process the claim. Correct answer. C. The consistency and reliability of witness statements. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims investigation, claims adjusters must consider the consistency and reliability of witness statements when evaluating evidence. Witness statements provide critical information about the circumstances of a claim, helping adjusters determine the facts and assess the validity of the insured's claim. Adjusters evaluate witness credibility, the coherence of statements, and any potential conflicts or discrepancies to establish the accuracy and reliability of the evidence presented. Therefore, option C is correct as it identifies an important factor that claims adjusters should consider during the claims investigation process in New Jersey surplus lines insurance. Question 65. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what is the purpose of requiring surplus lines insurers to file financial statements with state regulators? A. To demonstrate compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. B. To provide transparency to insureds about the financial health of surplus lines insurers. C. To facilitate the calculation of stamping fees charged on surplus lines policies. D. To ensure that surplus lines insurers maintain adequate financial reserves to pay claims. Correct answer. D. To ensure that surplus lines insurers maintain adequate financial reserves to pay claims. Explanation. In New Jersey, requiring surplus lines insurers to file financial statements with state regulators serves the purpose of ensuring that insurers maintain adequate financial reserves to fulfill their obligations to policyholders, including paying claims. These financial statements provide regulators with insights into the insurer's financial health, solvency, and ability to manage risk. Regulators assess the insurer's financial strength and stability based on these statements to protect insureds from the risk of insurer insolvency and ensure market stability. Therefore, option D is correct as it explains the purpose of requiring surplus lines insurers to file financial statements with state regulators under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 66. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, what role does the Surplus Lines Advisory Organization play? A. It reviews and approves surplus lines insurance applications submitted by insureds. B. It provides educational resources and guidance to surplus lines brokers and insurers. C. It directly handles surplus lines insurance claims disputes between insureds and insurers. D. It sets the rates for surplus lines insurance premiums based on market trends. Correct answer. B. It provides educational resources and guidance to surplus lines brokers and insurers. In New Jersey, the Surplus Lines Advisory Organization, such as the Surplus Lines Association of New Jersey, plays a role in providing educational resources, guidance, and best practices to surplus lines brokers and insurers. This organization supports professional development, compliance with regulatory requirements, and promotes market stability within the surplus lines insurance sector. It does not handle claims disputes, option C, approve insurance applications, option A, or set premium rates, option D, which are responsibilities typically managed by insurers, regulatory bodies, or market forces. Therefore, option B is correct as it accurately describes the role of the Surplus Lines Advisory Organization in New Jersey surplus lines insurance operations. Question 67. During the surplus lines insurance policy analysis in New Jersey, why is it important for claims adjusters to understand policy exclusions? A. To encourage insureds to purchase additional coverage beyond standard exclusions. B. To limit the liability of surplus lines insurers for claims involving excluded risks. C. To clarify ambiguous policy language and ensure fair claim assessments. D. To facilitate faster claims processing by avoiding coverage disputes. Correct answer. B. To limit the liability of surplus lines insurers for claims involving excluded risks. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, understanding policy exclusions is crucial for claims adjusters because exclusions define the scope of coverage and limit the insurer's liability for certain risks. By identifying and applying policy exclusions correctly, adjusters can determine whether a claim falls within the covered risks and avoid potential disputes over coverage. This knowledge ensures that insureds receive appropriate compensation for covered losses while protecting surplus lines insurers from undue liability for risks explicitly excluded from coverage. Therefore, option B is correct as it explains why understanding policy exclusions is important during surplus lines insurance policy analysis in New Jersey. Question 68. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what is the purpose of requiring surplus lines brokers to maintain detailed records of transactions? A. To provide evidence of compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. B. To facilitate audits by state regulators to ensure compliance with licensing requirements. C. To allow surplus lines brokers to negotiate lower stamping fees with insurers. D. To document the broker's efforts in the diligent search process for admitted market placements. Correct answer: A. To provide evidence of compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. Explanation: in New Jersey, requiring surplus lines brokers to maintain detailed records of transactions serves the purpose of providing evidence of compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. These records document policy placements, premium amounts, and other transaction details necessary for accurate reporting and payment of surplus lines taxes to state regulators. Maintaining detailed records ensures transparency, accountability, and regulatory compliance in surplus lines insurance transactions. Therefore, option A is correct as it explains the purpose of requiring surplus lines brokers to maintain detailed transaction records under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 69. During the surplus lines insurance claims settlement process in New Jersey, why is it important for insurers to document settlement agreements? A. To minimize the insurer's financial liability for future claims. B. To ensure compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. C. To provide evidence of the insured's acceptance of the settlement terms. D. To expedite the release of claim payments to insureds. Correct answer: C. To provide evidence of the insured's acceptance of the settlement terms. Explanation: in New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims settlement, documenting settlement agreements is crucial to provide evidence that the insured has accepted the terms of the settlement. This documentation helps ensure transparency and clarity regarding the agreement reached between the insurer and the insured, preventing misunderstandings or disputes after settlement. It serves as a legal record of the settlement terms, including any conditions or releases agreed upon, and protects both parties' interests by formalizing the resolution of the claim. Therefore, option C is correct as it explains why documenting settlement agreements is important during surplus lines insurance claims settlement in New Jersey. Question 70. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what is the role of the surplus lines insurer in the claims litigation process? A. To negotiate settlements directly with insureds to avoid litigation. B. To provide documentation and evidence during litigation proceedings. C. To fund legal defense costs for insureds involved in claims disputes. D. To appoint arbitrators to resolve disputes through alternative dispute resolution. Correct answer: B. To provide documentation and evidence during litigation proceedings. Explanation: in New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims litigation, the surplus lines insurer plays a role in providing documentation and evidence to support its position during legal proceedings. This includes supplying relevant policy information, claims records, and other evidence necessary to defend against or support claims brought before the courts. Insurers collaborate with legal counsel to ensure that accurate and sufficient documentation is provided, aiding in the resolution of claims disputes through litigation. Therefore, option B is correct as it describes the role of the surplus lines insurer in the claims litigation process under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 71. During surplus lines insurance policy analysis in New Jersey, why is it important for claims adjusters to understand the concept of non-admitted insurance? A. To determine whether the insured qualifies for premium discounts based on non-admitted status. B. To verify the insurer's compliance with state regulations for non-admitted placements. C. To explain to insureds the benefits of choosing non-admitted insurers over admitted insurers. D. To ensure that surplus lines insurance is placed only with non-admitted insurers to avoid regulatory issues. Correct answer. B. To verify the insurer's compliance with state regulations for non-admitted placements. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance policy analysis, understanding the concept of non-admitted insurance is essential for claims adjusters to verify that surplus lines insurers comply with state regulations governing non-admitted placements. Non-admitted insurers are not licensed to transact insurance in the state where the risk is located, requiring compliance with specific regulatory requirements for surplus lines placements. Adjusters ensure that non-admitted insurers meet eligibility criteria and regulatory standards, supporting the lawful placement of surplus lines insurance and protecting insured's interests. Therefore, option B is correct as it explains the importance of understanding non-admitted insurance in surplus lines insurance policy analysis in New Jersey. Question 72. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, what is the significance of the diligent search process for admitted market placements? A. It ensures that insureds have exhausted all options before resorting to surplus lines insurance. B. It guarantees that surplus lines brokers receive fair compensation for their placement efforts. C. It verifies the financial stability of admitted insurers compared to non-admitted insurers. D. It accelerates the claims handling process by reducing administrative delays. Correct answer A. It ensures that insureds have exhausted all options before resorting to surplus lines insurance. Explanation. In New Jersey, the diligent search process requires surplus lines brokers to demonstrate that they have made a reasonable effort to place coverage in the admitted market before resorting to surplus lines insurance. This process ensures that insureds have explored all available options for insurance coverage under licensed insurers, promoting market stability and consumer protection. It aims to minimize the use of surplus lines insurance for risks that could be covered by admitted insurers, aligning with regulatory objectives to maintain a healthy insurance market. Therefore, option A is correct as it explains the significance of the diligent search process in New Jersey surplus lines insurance. Question 73. During surplus lines insurance claims handling in New Jersey, what is the primary purpose of reserving and estimating claim costs? A. To negotiate low settlement amounts with insureds to reduce claim expenses. B. To ensure compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. C. To allocate sufficient funds for anticipated claim payments and expenses. D. To expedite the claims handling process by bypassing financial reviews. Correct answer. C. To allocate sufficient funds for anticipated claim payments and expenses. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims handling, reserving, and estimating claim costs serve the primary purpose of allocating adequate financial resources to cover anticipated claim payments and related expenses. Claims adjusters assess the potential costs of settling a claim based on factors such as liability damages and policy coverage limits. By reserving funds early in the claims process, insurers ensure that they can meet their financial obligations to insureds promptly and accurately. This practice supports financial planning, regulatory compliance, and effective claims management in surplus lines insurance operations. Therefore, option C is correct as it explains the primary purpose of reserving and estimating claim costs in New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims handling. Question 74. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what ethical consideration is important for claims professionals handling surplus lines claims? A. Maximizing insurer profits by denying questionable claims. B. Maintaining confidentiality of insured's personal information. C. Avoiding communication with insureds to expedite claims processing. D. Favoring insureds over insurers in claims disputes to promote consumer trust. Correct answer. B. Maintaining confidentiality of insured's personal information. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims handling, maintaining confidentiality of insured's personal information is an essential ethical consideration for claims professionals. Claims handlers are entrusted with sensitive information about insureds and their claims. which must be protected from unauthorized disclosure to maintain privacy and comply with regulatory requirements. Respecting confidentiality builds trust with insureds and demonstrates professionalism in handling their claims. Therefore, option B is correct as it identifies an important ethical consideration for claims professionals in New Jersey surplus lines insurance. Question 75. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, what is the role of the surplus lines broker in the claims handling process? A. To negotiate settlement amounts directly with insureds. B. To advocate for insured's interests during claims disputes. C. To oversee the financial solvency of surplus lines insurers. D. To manage the legal aspects of claims litigation. Correct answer. B. To advocate for insured's interests during claims disputes. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, surplus lines brokers play a crucial role in advocating for insured's interests during claims disputes. Brokers assist insureds in navigating the claims process, explaining policy coverage, and ensuring that insurers fulfill their obligations under the policy terms. They act as intermediaries between insureds and insurers, facilitating communication and helping to resolve disputes in a fair and efficient manner. Advocating for insured's interests helps ensure that claims are handled promptly, accurately, and in accordance with regulatory requirements. Therefore, option B is correct as it describes the role of surplus lines brokers in the claims handling process in New Jersey. Question 76. During surplus lines insurance claims evaluation in New Jersey, why is it important for claims adjusters to verify the insured's coverage eligibility? A. To encourage insureds to purchase additional coverage beyond their current policy limits. B. To determine whether the insured qualifies for premium discounts based on coverage history. C. To ensure that the claim falls within the scope of coverage provided by the insurance policy. D. To expedite the claims handling process by skipping detailed policy reviews. Correct answer. C. To ensure that the claim falls within the scope of coverage provided by the insurance policy. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims evaluation, verifying the insured's coverage eligibility is crucial for claims adjusters to ensure that the claimed loss or damage falls within the scope of coverage provided by the insurance policy. Adjusters assess policy terms, conditions, and exclusions to determine whether the claimed event qualifies for coverage, ensuring fair and accurate claim assessments. This process helps prevent disputes over coverage and facilitates prompt resolution of valid claims while upholding insurer obligations to policyholders. Therefore, option C is correct as it explains why verifying coverage eligibility is important during surplus lines insurance claims evaluation in New Jersey. Question 77. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what is the purpose of requiring surplus lines insurers to report claims data to state regulators? A. To facilitate the calculation of stamping fees charged on surplus lines policies. B. To provide transparency to insureds about the claims history of surplus lines insurers. C. To ensure compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. D. To assess the financial stability of surplus lines insurers compared to admitted insurers. Correct answer. C. To ensure compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, requiring surplus lines insurers to report claims data to state regulators serves the purpose of ensuring compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. Claims data includes information on claims filed, settled, and outstanding, which is crucial for accurate assessment and collection of surplus lines premium taxes. Regulators use this data to verify insurer compliance, calculate tax liabilities, and maintain financial oversight of the surplus lines insurance market. Therefore, option C is correct as it explains the purpose of requiring surplus lines insurers to report claims data under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 78. During surplus lines insurance claims investigation in New Jersey, why is it important for claims adjusters to utilize outside experts and specialists? A. To expedite the claims handling process by outsourcing responsibilities. B. To ensure that insureds receive impartial assessments of their claims. C. To transfer liability for claims decisions to independent consultants. D. To validate complex aspects of claims that require specialized knowledge. Correct answer. D. To validate complex aspects of claims that require specialized knowledge. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, claims investigation utilizing outside experts and specialists is important for claims adjusters to validate complex aspects of claims that require specialized knowledge or technical expertise. Experts provide independent assessments, analysis, and opinions on specific aspects of the claim, such as property damage evaluations, medical assessments, or forensic investigations. Their input helps ensure accurate claim evaluations, enhances claims handling credibility, and supports informed decision-making by adjusters. Therefore, option D is correct as it explains why utilizing outside experts and specialists is important during surplus lines insurance claims investigation in New Jersey. Question 79. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what is the role of the Surplus Lines Stamping Office? A. To review and approve surplus lines insurance policies before issuance. B. To collect and distribute surplus lines premium taxes to state regulators. C. To establish guidelines for surplus lines insurance claims handling procedures. D. To audit surplus lines brokers for compliance with licensing requirements. Correct answer. B. To collect and distribute surplus lines premium taxes to state regulators. Explanation. In New Jersey, the Surplus Lines Stamping Office plays a critical role in collecting and distributing surplus lines premium taxes to state regulators. This office ensures that surplus lines brokers and insurers comply with tax reporting and payment obligations, maintaining financial oversight and regulatory compliance in the surplus lines insurance market. The Stamping Office does not review policies, option A, establish claims handling procedures, option C, or conduct broker compliance audits, option D, as these responsibilities typically fall under insurers, regulatory bodies, or specific market practices. Therefore, option B is correct as it describes the role of the Surplus Lines Stamping Office under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 80. During surplus lines insurance claims settlement negotiations in New Jersey, what ethical consideration should claims professionals prioritize? A. Minimizing settlement amounts to reduce claim expenses for insurers. B. Ensuring transparency and fairness in communication with insureds. C. Expediting claim payments to insureds to enhance customer satisfaction. D. Avoiding legal recourse by encouraging quick claim settlements. Correct answer. B. Ensuring transparency and fairness in communication with insureds. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims settlement negotiations, claims professionals should prioritize ensuring transparency and fairness in communication with insureds. Ethical conduct requires clear, honest, and respectful communication regarding settlement terms, coverage details, and claim outcomes. Transparent communication fosters trust, enhances insured satisfaction, and reduces the likelihood of misunderstandings or disputes during settlement negotiations. It also upholds professional standards and regulatory expectations for claims handling practices in surplus lines insurance. Therefore, option B is correct as it identifies an important ethical consideration for claims professionals during surplus lines insurance claims settlement negotiations in New Jersey. Question 81. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what are the key responsibilities of surplus lines brokers in claims handling? A. Negotiating claims settlements directly with insurers. B. Advising insureds on coverage options and claims procedures. C. Conducting independent investigations into claim validity. D. Collecting surplus lines premium taxes from insureds. Correct answer. B. Advising insureds on coverage options and claims procedures. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, surplus lines brokers are responsible for advising insureds on coverage options and claims procedures. Brokers assist insureds in understanding their policy coverage, filing claims, and navigating the claims process effectively. They act as advocates for insured's interests, providing guidance on claims documentation, communication with insurers, and resolving disputes. This role helps ensure that insureds receive appropriate coverage and fair treatment throughout the claims handling process. Therefore, option B is correct as it describes a key responsibility of surplus lines brokers in claims handling under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 82. During surplus lines insurance claims evaluation in New Jersey, what role do policy exclusions play? A. They determine the insured's eligibility for premium discounts. B. They limit the insurer's liability for specific risks not covered. C. They dictate the timeline for claims processing and settlement. D. They establish the insurer's responsibility for claim investigation costs. Correct answer. B. They limit the insurer's liability for specific risks not covered. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims evaluation, policy exclusions play a crucial role in limiting the insurer's liability for specific risks that are not covered under the insurance policy. Exclusions define the scope of coverage by specifying circumstances, events, or conditions for which the insurer is not obligated to provide compensation. Understanding policy exclusions helps claims adjusters assess whether a claim falls within the covered risks and manage insured's expectations regarding claim outcomes. This knowledge supports accurate claim evaluations and ensures compliance with policy terms and regulatory requirements. Therefore, option B is correct as it explains the role of policy exclusions in surplus lines insurance claims evaluation in New Jersey. Question 83. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what is the significance of maintaining detailed records of surplus lines transactions? A. To monitor insurer profitability and market competitiveness. B. To provide evidence of compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. C. To establish guidelines for surplus lines insurance policy underwriting. D. To track surplus lines brokers' commission earnings. Correct answer. B. To provide evidence of compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, maintaining detailed records of surplus lines transactions is significant for providing evidence of compliance with surplus lines premium tax reporting requirements. These records document policy placements, premium amounts, and other transaction details necessary for accurate reporting and payment of surplus lines taxes to state regulators. By maintaining comprehensive records, surplus lines brokers and insurers demonstrate transparency, accountability, and regulatory compliance in their operations. Therefore, option B is correct as it explains the significance of maintaining detailed records of surplus lines transactions under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 84. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, what factors should claims adjusters consider when determining coverage and liability? A. The insured's payment history and credit rating. B. The insurer's profitability and financial stability. C. The policy provisions and terms applicable to the claim. D. The insured's relationship with the surplus lines broker. Correct answer. C. The policy provisions and terms applicable to the claim. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims handling, claims adjusters should primarily consider the policy provisions and terms applicable to the claim when determining coverage and liability. The insurance policy specifies the scope of coverage, exclusions, conditions, and limits that apply to the claimed loss or damage. Adjusters analyze these policy terms to assess whether the claim meets the criteria for coverage and to what extent the insurer is liable for the loss. Understanding and applying policy provisions ensure consistent and fair claims decisions aligned with contractual obligations and regulatory requirements. Therefore, option C is correct as it identifies the factors that claims adjusters should consider when determining coverage and liability in New Jersey surplus lines insurance. Question 85. During surplus lines insurance claims settlement negotiations in New Jersey, what role does reinsurance play to exclude certain claims from coverage under the primary policy? B. To transfer a portion of the insurer's risk to other insurance companies. C. To expedite claim payments to insureds through third-party providers. D. To determine the insured's eligibility for surplus lines premium discounts. Correct answer. B. To transfer a portion of the insurer's risk to other insurance companies. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims settlement negotiations, reinsurance plays a critical role in transferring a portion of the insurer's risk to other insurance companies. Reinsurers assume responsibility for covering a portion of the insurer's potential losses under specific policies or across its entire portfolio. This risk-sharing mechanism helps insurers manage large or catastrophic claims, maintain financial stability, and ensure that policyholder obligations can be met. Reinsurance agreements are structured to define risk transfer limits, terms, and conditions, providing insurers with additional financial protection and capacity to underwrite surplus lines policies. Therefore, option B is correct as it explains the role of reinsurance in surplus lines insurance claims settlement negotiations in New Jersey. Question 86. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, why is it important for insurers to comply with fair claims practices? A. To maximize insurer profitability through efficient claims handling. B. To minimize insurer liability for claims disputed by insureds. C. To ensure equitable treatment of insureds during the claims process. D. To expedite claims payments by avoiding regulatory oversight. Correct answer. C. To ensure equitable treatment of insureds during the claims process. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, compliance with fair claims practices is important to ensure equitable treatment of insureds throughout the claims process. Fair claims practices encompass principles of honesty, transparency, and prompt resolution of claims in accordance with policy terms and regulatory standards. Insurers must handle claims fairly, assess them objectively, communicate effectively with insureds, and promptly pay valid claims. This approach enhances consumer trust, supports regulatory compliance, and mitigates the risk of disputes or legal challenges. Therefore, option C is correct as it explains the importance of insurers complying with fair claims practices under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 87. During surplus lines insurance claims handling in New Jersey, what is the purpose of conducting thorough claims investigations? A. To identify opportunities for denying claims based on technicalities. B. To gather evidence and facts to accurately assess claim validity. C. To expedite the claims handling process by skipping detailed reviews. D. To prioritize claims based on insured's relationship with brokers. Correct answer. B. To gather evidence and facts to accurately assess claim validity. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims handling, conducting thorough claims investigations is essential to gather evidence and facts necessary for accurately assessing claim validity. Claims adjusters investigate the circumstances surrounding the claim, review documentation, interview witnesses, and gather expert opinions as needed. This thorough process ensures that claims are evaluated fairly and in accordance with policy terms and regulatory requirements. It helps prevent fraudulent claims, protects insurer interests, and supports prompt resolution of valid claims. Therefore, option B is correct as it explains the purpose of conducting thorough claims investigations in New Jersey surplus lines insurance. Question 88. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what role do surplus lines associations play? A. To oversee surplus lines brokers' compliance with advertising standards. B. To provide continuing education programs for claims adjusters. C. To facilitate market access and support for surplus lines insurers. D. To enforce claim settlement timelines for surplus lines insurers. Correct answer. C. To facilitate market access and support for surplus lines insurers. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, surplus lines associations play a crucial role in facilitating market access and providing support for surplus lines insurers. These associations promote the interests of surplus lines insurers, advocate for regulatory policies that enhance market efficiency, and provide resources for networking, education, and industry information. They collaborate with regulators, brokers, and insurers to address market challenges, streamline operations, and ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. Therefore, option C is correct as it describes the role of surplus lines associations under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations. Question 89. During surplus lines insurance claims evaluation in New Jersey, what is the significance of documenting all communications and decisions? A. To expedite claims processing by reducing paperwork. B. To prevent insureds from disputing claim settlements. C. To ensure transparency and accountability in claims handling. D. To avoid regulatory scrutiny over claims practices. Correct answer. C. To ensure transparency and accountability in claims handling. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance claims evaluation, documenting all communications and decisions is crucial to ensure transparency and accountability in claims handling. Claims adjusters should maintain detailed records of conversations with insureds, insurers, experts, and other stakeholders involved in the claims process. Documentation supports the rationale behind claim decisions, demonstrates compliance with policy terms and regulatory requirements, and protects insurers against disputes or legal challenges. It fosters trust with insureds by providing a clear record of communications and actions taken throughout the claims handling process. Therefore, option C is correct as it explains the significance of documenting all communications and decisions during surplus lines insurance claims evaluation in New Jersey. Question 90. Under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations, what are the key considerations for claims adjusters when determining the adequacy of claim reserves? A. The insured's financial history and credit rating. B. The insurer's profitability and market share. C. The complexity and potential costs of the claim. D. The broker's commission earnings on the policy. Correct answer. C. The complexity and potential costs of the claim. Explanation. In New Jersey surplus lines insurance, claims adjusters must consider the complexity and potential costs of the claim when determining the adequacy of claim reserves. Adequate reserves ensure that insurers set aside sufficient funds to cover anticipated claim payments, expenses, and liabilities. Adjusters assess factors such as claim complexity, severity, legal implications, and expert opinions to estimate potential costs accurately. This proactive approach supports financial planning, regulatory compliance, and timely claims settlements, maintaining insurer solvency and policyholder trust. Therefore, option C is correct as it identifies key considerations for claims adjusters when determining the adequacy of claim reserves under New Jersey surplus lines insurance regulations.